guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching Severance. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 4 of season 2 of Severance, and that last episode, woo, it ended like a doozy, didn't it? It felt like a finale. They could have ended this entire season right there, and I would have been like, yeah, that's a finale episode. It's episode 3 out of 10. This next one, I don't, if it's not Mark walking around with like both Innie and Audi just working together, because they're going to have different memories. So it's not just a whole person anymore. It's two people combining and they have to work together. And like, hopefully Innie Mark is able to recognize that Helly and Audi Mark, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, Audi Mark has seen Helly at least once, like he almost ran her over in the parking lot. I don't know if Lumen people are famous. I don't know if he would recognize her face, because I'm pretty sure he would have been like, damn, I almost ran over Helena from Lumen. And that doesn't seem to be the case, that he didn't recognize her. And maybe he would recognize her as Audi Mark. I don't know. But I do think that Audi Mark will be way more desperate to find Gemma and like really push to like find Miss Casey on the severed floor. And, we're used to Mark having, as his Innie, like not being like so like erratic or like angry or like overly emotional. Obviously, most Innies aren't that way because they don't have the capacity to do so. They don't have the experience in life to kind of access those emotions. And when they do, it's kind of a new experience for them. Like Audi Mark has to be very careful when he's at work and he's able to, I don't even know how this works. Like, all we've ever seen is Petey, and it didn't go great for him. And, he was seeing Innie Mark, and when he was in Mark's basement, which is kind of funny because it's kind of like being on the severed floor a little bit. So it's not something that we know a lot about and what that looks like. And the fact that our main character is going to go through it is really freaking awesome. And I loved that Ragabi was like, you're not trying to burn a message into your retinas. Because I was like, great idea. We should do that. I know what you're up to. This is totally going to work. And then she's just like, these are all the problems with it. Yeah, dumbass. Like, clean slate. Like, it's going to wipe it as soon as you go down. How is your Innie going to respond? All of these are very valid questions. Nothing that I thought about. I was just like, haha, I can't wait to see this work. Wow, Ragabi is way smarter than me. But I will say that with Ragabi being smarter than the majority of us, she has to know like why these people were severed. She has to know what MDR is doing, right? So why is she not giving us any of that information? Now, maybe there wasn't time because she, had to kill Grainer and then, had to reintegrate Mark. Yeah, but I think she's also doing this for her own reasons, not necessarily because she just wants to help people. And I'd really like to know that, because I feel like a lot of our characters are motivated for their own reasons. I think Helena wants to be on the severed floor as Helly because there's a freedom in it. And I think, it's exciting for her that she gets to kind of play this role, be this person, and it's new and it's exciting for her, but it's also, I think, just a way for her to be not Helena, that she gets to be Helly. And I think for Dylan, now that he knows his family, he's seen his family, and he's spent time with his wife, he's only going to want to work harder to get more of that, because that's what motivates Dylan is like, the finger traps and the coffee cozies. And this is way bigger than anything like that. I do think that there's going to be a problem though with the wife, because her saying, I love you to that Dylan, but not to Audi Dylan. Obviously, Audi Dylan has struggled. And he continues to struggle. He wasn't actively, doing anything with his kids. Not that you have to, but it didn't seem like he was actively listening to his wife either. It seemed like he was checked out. And that might be somebody that's either, like a dreamer, dealing with depression, has a lot on their mind. It happens. But the fact that she didn't say, like, I love you after she told Innie Dylan that, like, oh, it's a habit to say I love you, and then didn't do it as a habit. I think that says that, like, that any Dylan, wanting to hear about the kids, wanting to talk to her about her, and then having like a very intimate conversation about their family when he seemed very checked out from the family, I think is like dangerous for her because she's going to want more of that and he's going to want more of her. And I don't think outie Dylan would be happy about it. And I think any Dylan might be corrupted by it. So got to keep an eye on that. And like I said, I really like Merritt Weaver, and I think that she does a very good job of having that compassionate, soft tone that I think works really well for both Dylans. So, maybe she can get through to outie Dylan by speaking about any Dylan and just like it's in there. That's part of you. Like you are curious and like you're good at your job. And like that's something that you haven't had and that you don't really know. And like you're excelling at Lumen, and I think that that's like, that might be motivation for him. And like that whole trickle up thing that, Milchek was talking about to Mark, like if your innie's happy, you're going to feel that. Maybe with Dylan, that is the case. So we also had Irving talking to Felicia about Bert and showing her the photos and them reminiscing about Bert and telling the stories and her seeing the export door to the testing floor. Now, here's the thing. I know that I am skipping over a whole thing with Irving because that was such a beautiful scene. And I loved that he found somebody else to connect with down there that they both loved the same person, different ways, but definitely loved him. Cobell, I know. I went off, right? She's out in the middle of nowhere, and she's got this breathing tube that we know had her mother's name on it. We assume it's her mother because the birth date that was on it is way older than her. And I don't know if that was motivation for her to go to Salt's Neck. But I had this theory, and there's been a lot of people that have said theories in the comments, and I absolutely love reading your guys' theories because I'm also crazy kooky and just thinking up the most harebrained things. And then when it doesn't happen, I'm like, so close, even though it was completely far away. But speaking of completely far away, she was out in the middle of nowhere, sleeping in her car. And then Salt's Neck looks like it is way out in the middle of nowhere. And it's the only place for 250 some miles, right? What if the people that go to the testing floor are exported to Salt's Neck, right? Hear me out. Their severance doesn't work. It doesn't do what Cold Harbor is capable of, what they're hoping they're able to accomplish once Cold Harbor is completed, which might be the rehabilitation of a severed brain, a dead brain, an injured brain, a diseased brain, right? What if that's what Cold Harbor is fixing? So to me, I'm like, if her mother is gone and no longer on the testing floor, maybe she's in Salt's Neck. Maybe that's where all these people go. So I'm intrigued by the idea that when it's exported, it's actually exported, because we know that they were 3D printing things like watering cans and hatchets. And when we saw the goats, I don't know if we got her name. I'm just going to call her Brienne of Tarth. But we saw her with a spade and then some gloves. At least I thought it was a spade. She might have been trying to stab him with gloves. All I know is that they're exporting something, and I don't think it's necessarily watering cans. I think that they might go through the export door to be redistributed throughout the severed floor, maybe. So there's a lot of theories, but I'm really wondering what happens to people when they go through there. What happens to anything when they go through there? What is the testing floor? The people that still live at Lumen that are the part-time innies that don't go anywhere. I was saying that I thought that the mammalian, what is it? Mammalian nurturable. That is not something that I say all the time, nor do I say it with such a great accent that we get out of Gwendolyn Christie. But I think the people that are with the goats, working on the goats in the goat department, they did not look good. They looked rough. And I was like, what if they are part-time innies and they never get to sleep? And that's why they look bleary-eyed and they look a little crazy-eyed and they look disheveled. And someone pointed out that they could actually be homeless people that Lumen has been doing testing on and with. And their payment, as it were, would be to escape their life for 8 hours out of the day if they can tend these goats. And then they just put them wherever. Again, I don't know. I'm not sure. They might export them somewhere. But it's really interesting, the people that we're seeing in different departments, because you never really see anybody coming and going out of Lumen. Like, you see people walking around in the building, but like there's nobody driving up, there's nobody leaving. Like, not that many people that work on the severed floor could arrive at different times, right? So like, where are they coming from? How are they living? Why do they look the way that they do? And especially because the one innie said that his Audi excelled at stargazing. And I'm not saying that homeless people stare at the stars, but if there's somebody who's looking at the stars long enough, it would be somebody who does not have a roof over their head. So I really liked that theory, and I hate it because I've been somebody who's been in the position of like walking out of like a local CrossFit gym, and there's been a homeless person on a bench and someone going like, "Ugh, they have a cell phone, but they can't afford a house." Those things cost different. I don't know if everyone's aware of that. So I'm very sensitive to the homeless, and I've nearly been homeless myself. So when I think about people that like have next to nothing and could be manipulated in that way, or even not even manipulated, but like maybe they think they got a great end of the deal here and that they've gone through this so they can be a science experiment, that really makes me angry. There's so many things I'm passionate about, and the homeless and veterans are those two things. And so when I think about Irving and maybe his father, because it seems to be like a motivation for him. I don't know if his father was also part of the whole system, but definitely I think Irving has some PTSD from something, whether it was war or, I mean, most of the time when it's a veteran, it's those things that you've seen that are really disturbing. So I find myself like kind of getting angrier and angrier at Lumen. Now with Harmony, she had just so much fear in her when she ran away from Helena, and Helena's, I don't know, driver, bodyguard, really who that was, but that was a big man that they focus shifted on. And I was like, she's terrified of him. Some people said that it was like her husband that was severed. I don't think so. Like, I can't think that she could be too closely knit to Lumen for them to just fire her or to do anything to her physically. I feel like they wouldn't let her anywhere near the severed floor, or they wouldn't let her be involved in the manner in which she had privilege to be involved. So I don't think that that's the case, but maybe she recognized him as like, he used to be the old Grainer, or like, when they said the word reset, I didn't catch it, but imagine being reset. Like, if she has a chip in her, I don't think she does, but if she did, or like if they're like, we're going to go upstairs and see the board and we're going to do a reset. Is that resetting her? And also, what is the board? Someone suggested AI, and that like MDR is like putting everything in boxes to help the AI be able to replicate emotions. Maybe the 5 wavelengths of the innie and the outie kind of reintegrating. There's 5 boxes. Like, there's so many things that are very similar, that are very interesting. And I think they do that on purpose. So I'm really excited to get into this episode. I hear my dog growling and I don't know why. It's probably the UPS guy. She's got a beef with him. How dare he put a package on our front door? Like, calm down, girl. Like, she's fierce. She loves us to death, but really? UPS guy? Anyways, I'm super excited to get into this episode, guys. So, this is the last one that I've gotten early from Apple Plus. Thank you, Apple Plus, for giving me these episodes early. So the next 2 will actually, well, at least the next one will be from Japan. So, and before anyone says, you're on your honeymoon, don't watch Severance, don't film while you're in Japan. My husband does not get to watch the episodes until after I watch them, and he desperately loves this show and wants to watch it as soon as possible. So he's okay with me doing reactions while I'm on my honeymoon. So, guys, with that being said, let's get into it. You guys don't even want me to talk about my goat poop theory either. So, like, let's just move on, shall we? Irving, why are you in Russia? I don't know if he's in Russia, but it looks like Russia. In the middle of nowhere! Why is this happening? Is he on a lake? Is he by himself?
Hello?
Is he dreaming? What is happening right now? Oh.
Mark! Yeah! Hey! Where are we? I have no fucking idea. I'm on the ice! I'm on the fucking ice!
Why is he out there?
Get off of it! Come on!
Yeah, let's do something. I mean, I don't like the sound of the ice, but standing still doesn't help either.
I'm coming!
Oh my god. They're the innies. They've never been outside. What a way. Just like, oh, your first time outside? Here's the freezing cold tundra. But nice boots, nice hat. You look stylish, Irving. No sun to stare at, no stars. Oh my god, this show. Again, we started out, couldn't have told you this was gonna happen.
Irving!
Oh!
Helly!
Is it Helly? Or is it Helena?
Follow my boy!
Is it VR? Or are they actually here?
Mark!
No, they look like they're actually here.
Did you wake up on the ice too?
Yeah, what about you? On the cliff.
Yeah, that's Helena. Oh, Dylan! Oh, Dylan, don't fall!
Oh, out fucking side!
Yeah.
Oh my god, I mean, I knew there was no actual ceiling, but this is fucking insane!
Oh.
Hello?
Oh, Dylan. Is that a TV? Dylan, get over here. Oh, you look so cute. I like their little outfits. I'm so sorry. I thought they were in Russia. I mean, maybe they are. Let's find out what the video says. Is this like a field trip? Oh, is that the stupid Kier song? How do they have power out here? Is there a battery?
Good morning, refiners. This is Mr. Milchick from work, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to your first ever outdoor retreat and team building occurrence. This
Ortbo.
Ortbo is in response to your desire to see the outside world. You will spend the next 2 calendar days walking the meadows, thickets that make up the Dieter-Egan National Forest.
Who the fuck is Dieter-Egan?
They have to survive out here for 2 days. They're never going to want to go outside again.
The truth you seek lies within the 4th appendix. It's waiting for you in Scissor Cave. The very same grotto where Kier Egan tamed the 4 tempers for the very first time.
Calm down, Milchick.
And do remember, stray not from Kier's path, lest you roil nature's wrath.
Tremel Tillman is just amazing. Oh my god.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Show me.
It looks like Mark.
What? Oh god. Is that part of the reintegration thing?
Milchick said there'd be help along the way.
I wouldn't trust a word out of that mountebank's mouth, not even televisually.
Thank you, Irving. Wow. I mean, I guess go that
We
way.
have a lot of other options right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust Milchick either, which is so silly because I trust Milchick way too easily, but you don't really have a choice when you're out in the middle of nowhere. Dieter-Egan. Did it say National Forest? Is that what Milchick said? National Forest? Oh my god, this is wild. Again, this could be just something in Mark's head that's going on, or this is like a live, real life field trip. Ortbo? Is that what they called it? So stupid. I'm so glad I'm wearing a big sweatshirt. I'm freezing looking at this. Oh. Okay, I don't think this is normal. She looked like the bent neck lady. Creepy.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, there it is. It's like how they just present it with a light on it. It's kind of like the sacred Jedi texts.
Chapter 1. I was not born into this world alone. The lodgings of my mother's womb I shared with another, a twin brother who was called Dieter.
Okay. This is so soap opera dramatic. I love it.
My love for my twin unbalancing my judgment, I acceded and we ventured into the wood, towards Rose Hollow.
That does not sound like a good place. So weird. Hey, Dylan. Is it like a hologram? How are they doing this to them? Again, this could be in someone's braid. Or brain. Braid. I mean, that kind of didn't look like Dylan, right? It kind of looked like the one guy from the door place. Yeah, it's like the most physicality they've ever had to really do. Uh-oh. Oh, poor Dylan. You're doing great, buddy.
Fuck.
Is Irving having a problem with Helly and Mark, or does he sense that there's a difference with Helly?
I don't trust her. I think she might be lying about what her outie saw.
Yep.
Why would you think that?
Night gardeners?
Mm-hmm. What are we seeing? Please don't be a body. Please don't be a body. It's an animal body?
Looks like a seal?
Yeah, I couldn't place it either.
Why does it look so messed up?
Maybe this is what dead things look like.
Yeah, I guess they don't know.
We should eat it.
Pardon me?
We don't know if there's food waiting at the hollow.
We don't know if that's edible.
We don't know anything.
Irving, calm
Thank you,
down.
Irving. No, Irving's the only one
We all
spitting
know
facts.
you had a bad experience last time you were outside.
Who said I had a bad experience? What did you tell him, dumbass?
Nothing!
No. Irving's the only one thinking correctly, and that is... What is that? Oh! Is that them up there?
Kier's twin was always with him.
Jesus. Hey, milkshake!
This is the tallest waterfall on the planet.
I hate how attractive she is. I hate it.
We're starving, Mr. Milchek.
Are you? I thought the waterfall's grandeur would satiate you.
You dick, give him some
I'm
food.
teasing, of
Yeah,
course.
thank you. God. Please be like a grand feast, not just like melon, a deviled egg. That's what I'm saying, bent neck lady. That's what she looks like. Something's off about that Helly. Like little melons on toothpicks. I mean, if they had a big ass waffle party, that would be awkward. But like, please have a feast. Poor Dylan. Okay. I'm glad they don't have to fend for themselves. This is just insane. I love it.
It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, they've never seen fire.
Pretty cool, right?
Yes. Lovely.
I still can't figure out Miss Wong. And I forgot to talk about what Milchek went through last episode as well. What does she got?
Made
Meat?
you a snow seal.
What did you really see during the overtime contingency?
Oh.
Okay.
That face change was amazing. Irving, you are on to something, but now she is on to you, knowing that you know that she lied. Because I don't think Heliar would be quiet about being an Egan. I think she would be excited about it. Not like in a good thing, but like that she would be like, yeah, I'm an Egan. I'm important.
I was looking at him when his eye came out. It popped from the socket, driven by a sudden torrent of pus from his skull.
Jesus!
And he
She's playing music along to the story. It's so dark, so twisted.
And it was here that I first encountered the Temperwoe, a gaunt bride, half the height of a natural woman.
Thanks for showing the pictures, Mr. Milchek.
You suffered his wantonness. Now he's no one's brother, only chaos's whore.
Wow. Scary stories to tell in the dark. Yeah.
Helly.
He turned into the forest because he masturbated. I mean, seriously, that's actually the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yes, I agree.
You know we often laugh at what we don't understand.
Oof, that shot of Milchek right there. Damn.
Miss Wong. The marshmallows, please.
Okay, why does it seem like the marshmallows are a punishment now? Maybe it's just Milchek's demeanor. I don't know.
Throw them in the fire.
Oh, mean.
And stop making goo-goo eyes at her.
Goo-goo eyes?
Interesting.
Just tell us, Helly.
Oh, boy.
What?
Just tell us about him.
Who?
The night gardener.
Oh, Irv, come on.
Tell us
Okay.
exactly
Irving,
what
that's
he was
enough.
with. Enough! Using your pupils to make love to her.
Ooh.
While your outie's wife rots away somewhere.
Hey, shut up!
Yeah, fuck you, Irv.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, because Dylan met his wife.
It's okay. We all know Irving's upset because he can't ever see Bert again.
Low blow. Good for you, Irving. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Irv.
Fuck you all!
Oop. Okay. I'm glad he keeps saying it, though. She can't keep thinking that she's gonna get away with it. Creepy marshmallows with Kier's face on it. Melt. Do not go into her tent. What are you doing? What? No. That's not Heliar.
That was mean of me to say that to Irving.
You kind of deserved it.
No, he didn't.
I can make goo-goo eyes at anyone I want.
Oh, God, don't make me smile. Mark is so sweet. Oh, my. See, this is my thing with like severed people that I would be worried about all the time is like that they would be getting it on with somebody at work because they would like forget about me. They'd they'd forget about each other, like husbands and wives. Like they'd have totally different lives. Please don't get lost, Irving. But like, where does like Milchek and Miss Wong go? Like, where's their tent? Oh. Oh. I thought there was something behind him. It was really close to that heater. I'm just... Oh, Bert! Why do I keep calling him Bert? I know his name's Irving. I hate that. I'm so sorry. I just don't want any Mark to like lose like the motivation to find Miss Casey because of Helly, which is probably what's happening. Smart.
Didn't like who I was on the outside.
What'd you say?
I was ashamed.
Who were you?
Is she actually going to say it?
I don't care who you are out there. I care who you are with me.
Oh, reintegration. Not the best time for that to happen. Now I know they're trying to make us doubt that that's Helena. I just don't think Helly R would be ashamed. I think she'd be empowered by it. Like, I'm somebody important. Like, they need me. Like I could take her life and ruin everything. So like her being ashamed, I don't think she'd be ashamed to be Helena Egan. Oh, I heard scurrying. I don't like scurrying. Oh wait, he's wearing a suit, so he's obviously dreaming. So this will be kind of like the first time the innies get to dream, right? I didn't even think about that. Oh. Bugs. Gross. Oh. I miss Bert. Oh, yeah, the bride. Creepy. That story did exactly what it was supposed to do. Give them nightmares so they won't want to sleep either, right? I don't want to go outside because outside sucks. I don't want to sleep because dreaming sucks. Very scary numbers. Oh, is it saying something? Is it giving you a message? They got me. But was there a message on the screen though? Did like though that stuff like cause words, say sentences, send a message?
Helly and Irv are missing.
What the fuck is going on?
What is Helly doing?
Hey, kid.
Oh boy.
Irving.
You're not gonna try to kill her, right?
What you said to me last night, it was cruel. Helly was never cruel.
Mm.
Right here.
Bert, dang it, Irving. I keep calling him Bert.
So if you're not her, then who are you? Who would have the power to send their Audi to the severed floor? Hmm?
What?
I'm sorry.
Oh god. Oh!
No, Irving!
Oh!
Mr. Milkshake!
I don't like how any of this is going. Because I don't know how you recover from any of it.
Helly!
Turn her back, Mr. Milkshake! She's an Audi!
Oh!
Irving, cut it out!
She's been an Audi the whole time! Ever since she came...
Okay, but it doesn't mean drown her! Oh my god, Irving! Oh my god!
She's not Helly! She's an Egan!
How does he know that?
Back, Mr. Milkshake!
How would he know that she's an Egan?
God damn it, Seth! Do it! Yes! Do it, Seth!
Oh!
It's Milkshake. Remove the glass door block now.
Glass door block. What? What is happening?
No!
my God.
I'm so sorry, Hilly.
Mark, don't do anything irrational.
Irving B. Stand!
Irving, you fucking hero.
You have threatened collegial murder in the pond of Woe's Hollow. For this, there can be no penalty but immediate and permanent dismissal.
Irv! I'm sorry! I should have listened!
It's okay.
Leave him alone!
Oh, God.
Turn around!
Oh, my God. This is so intense. I'm sweating.
Walk into the forest.
I am so proud of you, Irving. I'm so sorry I kept screwing up your name and saying Bert.
It will be as if you, Irving B., never even existed upon this earth. May Kier's mercy follow you into the eternal dark.
Jesus.
Now.
Oh, yeah, just some nice jovial music. God, I am so sweaty. I know you guys can't tell through the screen, but I even smell I'm sweating so badly. Oh my God. Okay, let's talk about it. Okay. It's funny, I just ran and put on deodorant real quick because I wasn't kidding. And I walked past my husband's office and he was like staring at me because he could hear me yelling. Okay. I feel very vindicated because they really had me doubt for a hot second that that was Helly R, or that it was Helena. And I thought that it was like, I was like, oh shit, was I wrong? And she said, because I was ashamed. And maybe Helena is ashamed of who she is. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how Bert knows that she's an Egan necessarily, other than saying like, how could somebody so high up, you know, like allow you to be in here unless you were an Egan. Great deduction. Maybe he is like a private detective or something. I have no idea, but I am so proud of Irving. And I cannot believe how many times I screw up Bert and Irving because it's Bert and Ernie. It's what I'm thinking. And then I think Bert comes first and that would be John Turturro. Anyway. I am so proud of him and the fact that he got to sleep. So I don't know if the tents had something in them to where it stopped them from dreaming. And Irving being able to sleep outside did something because he wasn't in the tent. So it wasn't able to like shut down the dream sequence, like lullaby or whatever it is. And I forgot what Milchek called the glass door, I think. And as soon as she said, do it, Seth, I was like, and, you know, obviously Dylan heard his wife mention Seth, and Miss Wong was like, no, we don't talk about those things. And oh my gosh, what a fucking epic scene. But I feel like that's the last time we're going to see Irving. I don't know if I have to mourn the death of Irving or not. I don't know if that's like the last time we'll ever see him, because like he's always going to have the chip in his head unless he dies and they remove it, and they might kill him to take it out so it won't exist anymore. They might do that to his Audi, but I feel like Audi Irv is prepared for this. I am so proud of him. I am so proud of him. The whole thing from the beginning, I was like, is this in Mark's mind? Is this VR? Like, this can't be real. Are they really on like a field trip? What do they call it? An Ortbo? I do want to cry. One, because of Irving, but then two, because Mark was duped by Helena. And now Heliar is sitting there and he's holding Heliar, and that is not who he just spent the night with. And then he saw Gemma's face, which is not the best time to see somebody else's face, but maybe it was just like the feelings that he was feeling was Audi Mark remembering Gemma and having like that little glitchy moment. Because I feel like if you experience the same feelings, even if it's for a different person, that that might be like the same feelings start to intersect. Maybe what they're doing when they're separating all the numbers is keeping them intersected. Instead of allowing them to come together, it's like making the emotions to where they no longer intersect. Interesting. But it could also be because reintegration. Maybe it's easier for that to happen with the reintegration process, but holy crap. So none of my questions from the last episode got answered, but what an adventure we got. I love that Dylan was like, Irv, I'm so sorry that I didn't believe you. I'm sorry that and I think, mentioning the wife thing definitely is going to affect Dylan because he did meet his wife. So now like he's kind of got like he's like sensitive to the word wife maybe because like he's gotten a feeling of like what Audi Mark would have and what any Mark should try to feel for Miss Casey to try to find her. Now, I don't think that we are going to get Heliar on the severed floor probably ever again. I don't know. Maybe Helena will still do that because she wants Cold Harbor to work. So she's like, yeah, turn me on. I'll go down there. And we get our Heli back because I miss our Heli. And it's the same thing is like the demeanor was different. And I don't know if Heliar wouldn't have been cruel, but all I know is that Irving saw through it. And her demeanor is different, the way she like carries herself and the way that like because Heli was like, she was sassy and fiery and, asked questions. And it seemed like Helena was kind of like sitting back and like observing, which, Irving saying like, we have a mole, she's an Egan, this isn't Heli R, and Milchek having to call that in. Like Milchek is always in over his head. It feels like he cannot control these people. And I think especially them taking them outside in the elements, like it kind of is like, you really want to go outside again? Remember how cold it was? And, like, oh, if you're going to dream tonight, like, enjoy this nightmare. And like I said, I don't know if the tents worked or not in a way to like make it to where they couldn't dream, and that's why Irving had a dream and that's what we saw. And I don't know if everything on the screen like formed words. I'm sure somebody is going to slow-mo that and like check to see if there's anything on there, but how he came to that conclusion is just, I love it. I love that for us. And, I also don't know if when they fall asleep, that is how those worlds bleed into each other as well, because we saw like the ink and everything bleeding into Irving's world when he's on the severed floor. And that's kind of on purpose. That's what his Audi is always trying to do, is to try to get those to bleed together. And they finally bled together so heavily that he was able to kind of like, get something through maybe. This is a phenomenal episode. Unexpected. Could not have told you any of that was going to happen and the way that it did. Did I think we were going to get any Audi sex? Nope. And I'm really upset that somebody in the comments, when the mammalian lady asked, like, can we see your bellies? And I was like, for an umbilical cord to check if they have belly buttons? And somebody's like, yeah, to see if they're innies or outies. Yes. More of that. And I wasn't going to say anything because I don't think it's important. It could just be like totally a continuity error, but goats don't poop in piles. They're like scattered pebbles. They're little pellets. I know that from Ted Lasso, and the fact that I just did the Ted Lasso thing is what made it jump back into my head. So like, it's not really a theory that it is or is not goat poop, but that's not how goats poop. So what did poop there? A mammalian? Maybe. I don't know. It's not a wild theory or anything. I'm glad that I revisited it and I just didn't leave you guys hanging and expect it to like just be in the comments or something. But you can also give me your theory if you think it's a continuity error or if you don't think that that was actually goat poop. The hard-hitting questions here on this channel. But what did you guys think of this episode? Because I am in awe by it because I didn't expect any of it. The story of Kier's twin brother and like him murdering him in like with the waterfall and the pus coming out of the eye and melting, you know, like I feel like it's like they're almost telling like a story of like there's another part of you and that part of you is bad. That part of you should murder. You know, it kind of like the innie outie experience and like there's two of one, right? I'm not explaining it in like the best way. Like I don't think I have like the words to really describe what it is that I want to say, but I think every time that they like do something, they try to teach them a lesson of like, you don't want to go outside. It's horrible outside. You don't want to sleep. It's horrible to sleep. You'll see little brides and they'll scare you. And, you know, like, oh, you don't really want to be your outie. You want to be an innie because the other person that you could be, awful, horrible, eye full of pus. Maybe. I don't know. This show makes you think on such a weird and different level that you would never think ever before. And the fact they were in Dieter National Forest, again, this is a Milchik thing. He could be totally lying. That could have been Russia for all I know. That it could have been Saskatchewan. I mean, it looked awful. So wherever is incredibly cold where there's cliffs. Awful. Just absolutely horrible. But guys, if you want to watch the full length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Again, what did you guys think of this? Did you guys also think that it was Helena the whole way through, or were you kind of still thinking that it was Heliar? If you were thinking that it was Helena the whole way through, and we got to that scene where she said she was ashamed, did you then go, shit, it's Heliar? And it's really interesting because a lot of people were like, no, it's Heliar. She didn't want to tell them because she's ashamed. So many people used those exact words. And I feel like she might be, but like not for the reason I think that she'd be ashamed. Like I think Helena might be ashamed of what she's doing to innies after spending time with them and kind of seeing the world that they live in. But I don't think, like I said, I don't think Heliar would be like, I'm ashamed that I'm an Egan. She'd be like, I'm an Egan. Let's cut my finger off. Like, you know what? Like, let's threaten the lives of like, you know, like I feel like she would like spearhead a movement because she'd feel empowered by it. I definitely don't think she'd be ashamed about it. And I think she would try to use it to their advantage somehow to, you know, reintegrate or whatever. I think that that's what Heliar would have done. I don't think she would have been ashamed, but I do think Helena might be. Wow. Can I just say also having Miss Wong there and playing like whatever that harpsichord thing was, like to the story and her like going into like a deeper like somber tone for like the like really horrible part of the story. It's just so genius. I love this show. My God, they're so good. But I want to know. I want to know how Mark's reintegration went because we got a little bit of that glitch where he saw somebody else that he shouldn't be seeing. How did they agree to this? Like, did they kidnap the Outies? Like, did they all agree to go on a field trip? Is Mark like, yeah, let's see how this goes? Like, is Dylan like, do I get overtime for this? Like, not the overtime contingency, you know? And then there's Irving going, this is my time to shine. And Helena going like, I don't like being outside. And that's why she went and stared at the waterfall, either because of the story of when she was a kid and this is like an infamous waterfall of Dieter and all this stuff, or she doesn't really get time alone in nature. I don't know. I'm so proud of Irving. Oh my God. What a fantastic episode. I cannot wait for next week's. But like I said, I will be in Japan. So it might look a little different. Definitely, I'm not going to have all of this behind me. Well, I'll figure something out. It'll be interesting. And that's the fun part about traveling and still trying to film is like, what's the best angle? What's the best background? Are the people in the hallway going to hear me? It's Japan. Am I going to get in trouble for yelling if it's a really exciting episode? I don't know. Come back here to find out for the next episode. And in the meantime, guys, I'll see ya.